and go. Then as I tied the gate with my friend Jaru, where he's not here. So as we touch her, we'll just go and leave her with the Jenifer in the house.
Major update. We now know the killers of Stephanie Terungwa, the youth copper who went missing in April of 2022, whose body was later found dead and disfigured with acid. It turned out that a friend of Stephanie by the name of Jenifer Tembe was the one behind her disappearance and eventual death. And the reason why Jenifer killed Stephanie was because of this man here, Stephanie's baby daddy, the father of Stephanie's child. And as at the time of her death, he was still being referred to as Stephanie's baby daddy. Even though Stephanie was living with him in his house in Abuja, their relationship was still not defined. Like up till this point, nobody is referring to him as Stephanie's boyfriend or Stephanie's fiancé. And there were rumors that he and Stephanie were mostly just cohabiting. They were not exactly dating. Maybe they used to date, but as at the time of the tragedy, their relationship was questionable. Which is why I can't understand why Jenifer had to kill Stephanie to get to him. Seemed to me that he was pretty available, because the rumors going around is that Jenifer and Stephanie were dragging this man. I think his name is Edward, I'm not sure. But the problem is, and from what some sources said, especially those who knew Stephanie wasn't dragging this man with anybody. She was mostly with him in his house because they had a child together and he has a duty to fulfill. And clearly she was doing her NYSC and she did not know anywhere else in Abuja to stay. In plain text, this girl did not need to kill Stephanie to have this man. There was no need for it. Except of course maybe the man actually only had eyes for Stephanie. That is the only way I would see this happening. So people around saying that Stephanie and Jenifer were dragging and fighting over this man, please, I don't know. From what I gathered, she was just the one killing herself for it, ending up killing this girl for him too. And this is how it was said it happened. It was said that Jenifer lured Stephanie to her house under the guise of promising Stephanie a phone or something, because they have a friendship. They were friends, they knew each other. I mean, if Stephanie saw Jenifer as a threat, Stephanie would not have gone to see this girl in her house, according to what was said. So in Stephanie's mind, this was a friend. Jenifer was her friend. She had a clear conscience. I wouldn't think she would have gone to meet her if she knew that they were dragging a man. This is why I keep telling people that they were not dragging any man. This is just an evil witch with a very evil mind. Because according to the confession that the culprit with her gave, they said that she lured Stephanie with the intention of giving Stephanie a phone, but when Stephanie came to her house, she hired these two men and another guy who is not here to tie Stephanie up and lock her in a room. So that was it. Would Stephanie have gone to meet this devil if she knew that she had this kind of thing in mind for her? Especially if she went with her baby. But my only problem with this development is the fact that she has not exactly given a statement. The two guys were the only ones who confessed their role in the death of Stephanie. We've not heard from her. They are both saying they only tied her up and left her with her in the house, and that she was the one who baited her with acid and killed Stephanie. So basically they're just saying that they only tied her up and they did not touch or hurt or kill Stephanie. So this is their attempt to get out of this. But she hasn't said anything yet. Jenifer is yet to give her own statement and it's unclear if she has admitted to doing this, but it's the police that are saying that she did it because she wanted Edward, Stephanie's baby daddy. That's what the police are saying. The police were the ones who said that Jenifer killed her to get him. And in as much as that is what we suspected, we all said it, that this could have been a love triangle case, a jealous side chick or an insecure baby daddy, and it turned out to be a jealous side chick. But at the same time, we still need a confession from her. I don't know, it would be nice and fulfilling to hear her say what she had to say, because it's looking like she wants to battle it in court. It's just unfortunate how this pretty girl had to kill another girl because of a guy. She is really good looking. She could get any guy she wants with just her good looks. I don't know why she had to stoop that low and be that evil to kill her friend because of a man. But let's not act surprised, because this happens every single day. This happens everywhere. If you just squint at this picture, you would think they are like the same person. Two really pretty women. Damn. So far, like I've said, Jenifer is yet to give her own statement. It's only the two culprits that have said something. She hasn't, which is giving me the feeling that she most likely will be denying the accusation. But my question with these two guys who claim that they only tied her up and left her with her, then who then dumped Stephanie's body by the roadside? Because if they are claiming they only tied her up and left her for her to kill, then somebody had to have taken the body to where it was found. So who did? Because if they did, they are just as guilty as the killer herself. It's just unfortunate that this had to happen to Stephanie, especially leaving her baby behind. But there's something about the baby daddy that I'm still trying to place my finger on. I know at the initial time I felt maybe he might have known something or even might have had a hand, but as it turns out now, he clearly wasn't the one behind the death of his baby mama, because I know he probably wouldn't want her dead. She has a baby to cater for. At the same time, I feel that this is something he may have at least known or had an idea or suspected at least, because this is not a stranger. It's not like the girl is coming into his life newly. From what is being said, from what is being alleged, from the words on the streets, he and her were already doing stuff, because he and Stephanie, their relationship was also bumpy at the time, which is why many people are still calling him baby daddy till now. And I also guess which is why when she disappeared for a few days, he really wasn't even alarmed. So basically their relationship was just parenting, unless maybe he had more feelings for her and that bothered her. I would guess if he's spending time with Jenifer, he would have at least understood her opinion or her stand with Stephanie. It's just my thoughts though. I know clearly he's off the hook now, and it's a good thing that he's not involved in this, because that child would need a father, the child would need a parent. To be bad if mother is dead and father is in jail. So for the sake of the baby that he had with her, I'm grateful he's not involved in her death. But at the same time, how is it that Stephanie's friend Jenifer was able to do this and almost nearly even get away with it? Is it possible that he was maybe doing something with her and she probably did not know? Maybe if Stephanie had known that this girl was a threat, or this girl saw her as a threat, Stephanie would not have gone to her house. I guess this is why it's important to know who your partner is cheating on you with, so that you can be careful of those people. Because I believe within my heart of hearts that if Stephanie had known that this girl was involved with her baby daddy and this girl saw her as a threat, she wouldn't have gone to pay her a visit. She probably wouldn't have, because I know women are very sensitive to their enemy. So this is pretty much giving me one of those scenarios where a guy is fooling around with the friends of his girlfriend and keeping it a secret, keeping her in the dark, and because of that she had the advantage to lure her, deceive her, tie her up and kill her, just so she could have him to herself. This is why it's important to identify and know your enemies, so you can know who to avoid. But let me know what you guys think.
My own work day is to just tie the gear and go. Then as I tie the gear with my friend Jaru, where he's not here, so as we tie her, we'll just go and leave her with the Jenifer in the house. So our plan is, she said that she will give us 100,000 when she get the money from her boyfriend. Their boyfriend will give her, she collect money. So I don't really know how much is that. I don't know how much she's going to collect, but in our discussion is she will give us 100,000.
She lured the girl. I don't know how she managed to get the number of the girl. She called the girl. She promised to give the girl a phone, according to her. So on that fateful day, on a Thursday like that, I was in the office when she called me that I should please come so that I will help open gate when the girl comes. And I foolishly accepted to come open the gate. So I came. When I came and I met this guy and one other guy there with her. I said, what's happened? She said she wants them to scare her when she comes so that she will not make noise, so that she will get information from the girl and then later call Edward, their boyfriend that they are dragging, to collect ransom.
Discreet and painstaking investigation by tactical and intelligence assets of the command attached to the homicide section of the State Criminal Investigation Department, State CID, led to the arrest of 3 suspects, all residents of Oguta Lake, Maitama area of the FCT, who criminally conspired and murdered the victim to separate her from Edward Achadu, so that Jenifer Sembe, one of the suspects, an estranged lover of Edward, could have him all to herself, especially for pecuniary benefits.